Okay, so it's just a quick primer because people have been asking how I do panel lines like I did on the F111 wing. So, so the first thing I'm going to do is I am just going to create, this is going to be a completely random cross section here on this plane, something that looks reasonably, doesn't matter how good it is really, we're just doing a completely random aerofoil section. Like I say, it doesn't matter. So finish that sketch. So then what I'm going to do, hang on, so now I'm going to do a sketch on the upper plane for the wing plan form, and it really doesn't matter at this point because we're only doing a so trailing edge, leading edge, make sure they match. Like I say, completely random. So finish sketch. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sweep this plan form along this. So we're going to create a sweep, and we're going to use a path and guide rail. So the profile is there, the path is there, the guide rail is there, and we're going to make it full extent so it goes right to the end, and that's all there is there. Look. So we're going to go OK to create that body. So what we've got here is a wing, like so. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to construct an offset plane, offset from the center line of the wing, and it absolutely doesn't matter how high this is as long as it's clear of the wing. So 5, so let's say 10. So as long as you know it's a good round number, because that's what you're going to be using then to create the initial panel line drawing. So once you've done that and you've got this this plane here sat above the wing, we're going to create a drawing on this plane, and all the drawing has to be is the panel lines you want it to be, and you can clear the wing like so. It doesn't, this really doesn't matter. Like so. Like I say, it's so we'll say that. Well, why not? Let's have another one here. So what we've done here, as you can see, we've created the panel lines that we want to go on the wing on the 10mm plane. So we're going to finish this sketch now, and then what I'm going to do is you're going to extrude, but you're going to do the thin extrude here. Okay, and then what you're going to do is so it's one side, that's your distance. So all we're going to do is highlight which bits of the sketch you want to thin extrude, which in this case is all of them. Okay. Side one, I always pick the center. Wall thickness, we're going to say 0.2 millimeters. And the distance in this instance is going to be -10, like so, and make sure that you've set it to a new body. So what you got then is click OK. So I've got a bunch of thin extrudes here which are 0.2 millimeters wide. So if I go to my bodies and I turn off body 1, which in this case, let's rename it the wing, just so we know. Okay, so if I then go and turn this body off, so you've got this because it's down to the center line. Turn my wing back on. What I want to do is do a combine, or in this instance actually a cut. So the target body is going to be, in this instance, that piece there. My tool body is going to be the wing. We're going to set it to cut and we're going to click OK. And then as you can see, our thin extrude now matches on the lower surface the contour of the wing. So one thing to do, okay, is when you do your combine, okay, so you don't need to be a new component, but make sure you keep the tools. So you keep the tool. So we'll do that again. So that extrude there is a target body, the tool body. You can only cut one target body at a time. So I'm using the wing as a tool body and saying keep tools. Click OK again, like I say. Now if I turn that off, you've got that there. Turn that on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another combine for this set, but this is actually one solid piece now. So that's that. Tool body again is going to be the wing. Set to cut, keep tool, press OK. So now if you turn the wing off, as you can see, the whole thing matches the profile of the wing. So if I turn that wing body on and off, hopefully you can see there that it just matches that. So now what I need to do, so these parts here are what are actually going to create the panel line. So use press pull, because that pulls everything in the direction that it's oriented. So if I go here and I highlight this, and I hold shift down, I'll highlight this as well. So you can see that all those panel lines there, these lower edges that will actually create the panel lines, are now highlighted. Okay, and the press pull, I go about 0.3 millimeters deep, so it's 0.3. Sorry, I don't know why I'm doing that. Right, press pull. Highlight that. Okay, 0.3 millimeters. So that's created. So I'll repeat that. Press pull. Like that. 0.3 millimeters. So that's created those now, all 0.3 millimeters deep, but matching the profile. So if I turn this wing back on now, like so, if I do combine again, so my target body this time is the wing, and my tool bodies are these two thin extrudes that we press pulled. Again, I'm going to click keep tools because I always like to keep the tools. I'm going to click OK because we're doing a cutting operation. So that's done the cutting operation. So now if I turn these bodies off, what you've got is panel lines matching the profile of the wing, 0.2 millimeters wide, 0.3 deep. Obviously you can use all sorts of stuff. You can vary that using parameters and all that sort of stuff, but also if there's any individual bits like this and you want to do stuff with them, what I can do now is I can raise that, then I can add stuff to the end. You know, we can let's raise that a little bit. Let's chamfer it. So you can do all sorts of stuff now. You've created these panel lines because it's just created a bunch of faces for you to work with if you want to. And that's it. So hopefully that's of some help to people, and you can give it a go yourself. Now I will say there's a lot of messing around sometimes. If you've got wing profiles that have got changes in the leading edge or trailing edge profile and stuff like that, you can end up messing around sometimes to get the right guide rail and path and stuff. But that's the basics of how I do panel lines. So I hope that's of some help to some people who have been asking me. So take care, and I will see you soon.